Hello class, today we discuss column and struts in strength of material. So column and strut is a member of a structure which is subjected to axial compressive load. If the member of the structure is vertical and both the ends are fixed while subjected to axial compressive load is known as column. For example, vertical pillar between roof and floor. If the member, now the strut, if the member of the structure is not vertical and one or both the ends are hinged or pin jointed, the bar is known as struts. Example, connecting rod or piston rod. Now the failure of the column. So column is taking a compressive load, so there is a direct compressive stresses failure and the buckling stresses failure. Due to these stresses or due to these stresses, column will fail. And third one is combine of direct compressive and buckling stresses. And due to this, there is a failure. So failure in the column are two types. So failure of a short column and long column. So failure of short column. So failure of short column, there is a short column. Suppose a short column cross sectional A. So here is the stress equals to load upon area. So so short column will fail due to crushing because the axial compressive load. And failure for a long column, so long column it may buckle, so it will fail due to buckling stresses. So here are some assumptions made in the Euler's column theory. So here is the assumptions. First is the column is initially perfect straight and the load is applied axially. Cross section of the column is uniform throughout its length. Column material is perfectly elastic, homogeneous and isotropic and obeys Hooke's law. And these are the some assumptions we are using in column and struts. And the different conditions, column is taking a crippling load. So here is the end conditions. First, both ends of the column are hinged or pinned. Second, one end is fixed and the other end is free. Both the ends of the column are fixed. And fourth, one end fixed and other end pinned. And we are using some sign convention. So here is the convexity, that means the column is bent. Suppose one end is free, so it will bend like that from this side or this side. This is the positive moment, shows positive moment, and this is the concavity figure. So here if the both end fixed or hinge, so here is the shape of the deflected shape of the column. So this is concavity and this is negative moment. So here first represent a moment which will bend the column with its convexity toward its initial centered line. So this moment is positive. So we are using both. So we are using this or this figure for express for crippling load. So here is the derivations, some derivations, expression for crippling load when both the ends of the column are hinged. So here suppose for the crippling load, so what is crippling load? The load at which the column just buckles or bend is called crippling load. So here is the first case. This is the first case when both the end is hinged. So here is the buckle of the column. This is distance, the deflected shape y, deflected at the section y at distance x from A. So here we consider a column AB of length L and uniform cross-sectional area hinged at both the ends A and B, and due to the and let P be the crippling load. This is the crippling load at which the column has just buckled. Due to this crippling load, the column will deflect into a curved form A, C, and P. This is the deflected shape. So here we consider a section from end A at a distance x is this the section. So here is the section, y is the deflection, and the moment is the deflected shape is concavity. So here is it will negative moment, so this is the moment value minus py. So here moment ei d2y by dx is square. This is also a moment due to curvature in curvature form, so we getting both the terms. So ei d2y by dx square equals to minus py. So we shift is minus py here, so ei d2y by dx square plus py equals to 0. So divided by ei, so it will give d2y by dx square plus e by ei y. This is the differential equation, and the solution of this differential equation is complementary function due to complementary function and particular integration. So the solution we'll discuss in next lecture. Thank you.